Timber industry leaders and environmentalists have come together to reach an agreement. Thanks for joining us. I'm Brian Morton. Yesterday on Newswatch 12 at 5, we told you how the two sides signed a memorandum of understanding. Well, today, Newswatch 12's Alicia Rubin dug into that agreement. She joins us now live with a breakdown of what it could mean for both sides.
Brian, this agreement kind of establishes a truce of some sort on certain issues that the timber industries and the environmental groups have not agreed on in the past. Now, it's important to note that this agreement is not legislation. It is not something that's in the process of becoming a law. Rather, it's more like a handshake on paper, stating that two sides will be coming together and working towards compromises, and then eventually their goal is to change state laws regarding forest practices. This agreement was signed by 26 individuals that represent environmental groups and logging and timber companies. It accomplishes three things, which you can see here on your screen. First, it states that both sides will work together to update timber practices. Second, it states that both sides support a new law that would create a new system to let people know that aerial spraying will happen. Now, this system will expand protected spray buffers around drinking water, homes, and schools. Third, it states that both sides agree to expand forest stream buffers along salmon, steelhead, and bull trout streams. Now, I did talk to both sides of the issues today. I spoke to Southern Oregon Timber Industries. I also talked to Rogue Riverkeeper about what this agreement means for them. And coming up tonight on Newswatch 12 at 6, you'll hear from both sides as they describe this agreement as a positive step forward. Live in Central Point, Alicia Rubin, Newswatch 12.
State Senate Republicans are calling the agreement a bait and switch. The Senate Republicans office released a statement on the memorandum today. The Senate Republican leader says the corporate timber industry sold out to the Democratic supermajority. He says the move will hurt small timber businesses and undermine future efforts to address cap and trade. Now, a cap and trade bill was not part of the memorandum of agreement between those two groups. Last week, loggers and truckers made their way to Salem to protest that bill. That's what you're seeing video of right now. Now, the loggers say the cap and trade bill could destroy their industry. But the timber industry would likely have to pay a lot under the proposed bill that's designed to lower carbon emissions. Supporters of the cap and trade bill gathered in Salem today. And organizers say people from all over the state took part in that rally and march around the State House. Renew Oregon organized that rally. It says more than 1,000 people traveled to Salem to show their support for the bill. If it's passed, it would impose a cap on carbon emissions and then charge the state's largest polluters that go over the cap. Diane Phillips is from Azalea, and she says she left at 8 o'clock this morning to come to the rally. Phillips believes more needs to be done to protect the environment for future generations.
I'm just a very concerned person about the earth and the world that we live in, and I want to make the future or the life that I've had available for my grandchildren.
The Senate Committee on Environment and Natural Resources held public hearings on that bill last week. There's a work session scheduled for Thursday. Newswatch 12 will continue to bring you updates on that bill. Be sure to stay with us for those.